Well, what do we have here? Derek back again. Gonna do a, I guess you could call this an cold start video. It's not really cold out, but this little thing, I don't remember off the top of my head, it's a early to mid 60s, a Simplicity 717 Broadmoor. It originally would have had a 7-horse Briggs & Stratton engine on it, but somewhere along the lines before I got it, that was replaced with a more modern. The original one would have had a pulley on top with a starter generator belt drive starter on it. But anyways, this thing's been sitting in the shed for about 6 years, hasn't been ran, and I decided for whatever reason that today was the day to start it. The engine is an 81. You can tell on a Briggs the first 2 numbers in the code of the year it was made. So it's an 81 engine and 60s tractor. Might have to clean the carburetor. I know I have to clean the tank. I've got that right off now to do that. I've got, as you can see, the little dozer blade for the front. I also have the single stage snow thrower and the mower deck. I don't remember what size it is. It is a 3-blade deck, but it's not a real big one. It's in the back shed over there. So, yeah, front tires look a little low. Definitely needs a new seat. We'll deal with that later. But this tire definitely needs air. First time I've tried to turn it over in 6 years. But it turns. Alright, well, I'll pump the tires up, see if we can get some gas in it, see what's going to happen. Okay, we're starting to lose some daylight here, so in the interest of time savings, I just grabbed a little plastic gas tank. The original one that goes to it is a galvanized steel tank, but it's still got a little bit of rust scale in the bottom, so I want to take some time to clean it out. I have not taken the carburetor apart. All I did was set this tank in there, hook the gas line up, turn the valve on. Just going to put some gas in it and see what it does. I'm curious to see if it'll start. I'll take the carburetor apart and clean it good when I put the new, the original fuel tank back on. But I just want to hear the old thing start up again. Old school oil cap. If you can see it in there, losing light. But the oil is full. After I run it, I'll change it. Well, it doesn't really go bad from sitting, but to be honest, I don't remember how long it was ran the last time I used it, as far as an oil change, but I was just doing some grading. When they snowplow around here, sometimes on my front lawn, in the wintertime there'll be some gravel build up. So I just use this thing just to skim along the top and push the gravel back out in the road. And I put a half a quart of gas in it. This is actually the tank I used the last time I had it running. That was one of the reasons I parked this thing. I was having trouble getting the tank cleaned out. I was using the original pickup. It had a metal screen in the bottom of it. I could clean the tank out and this thing would run for about 5 minutes and then it would stall out, run out of fuel. So I just put this tank in there, leaving the hood off of it, just to get done what I needed to do. But it's time to do it right. I've got a lot of tractors around. Little Montgomery Wards with a Tecumseh, a couple of Sears Craftsmans, the Ranch King. I actually have another Broadmoor. I don't know if you can see it back there in the trees. It actually runs too, just on the other side of the building there. I don't know if my zoom will work. Nope. Zoom on this camera. Sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't. I'll show you that one in another video, but here we go. I don't even have a battery in it yet. Just going to use the trusty jump pack. Okay, where are my terminals? Sometimes doing this one-handed isn't the easiest thing in the world. long enough to go out of the way. Okay. She's got power. She's got fuel in the tank. Got a little bit of a leak here. This is just temporary to get it started. And our key is missing. This one's kind of cool. It has the ignition just to turn it on and off. We'll borrow the one out of the Montgomery wards. It's a good running mower here too. I don't know what year it is. I don't know how to read the codes on the Tecumseh. But this one's got the float has a pinhole in it, so it'll run for about 10 minutes and then the float sinks and it floods out and quits. Should do more videos on them. Key on. And my throttle linkage is seized up. Well, that's not a good thing. Anyways, let's just see what it does. Sure it's in neutral. I did not prime it. I'm probably going to have to fix that linkage. See what's going on in there. Can't really see it, but... Okay, let me tinker with this linkage a little bit, see if I can get it freed up. Okay, the throttle cable is froze up solid. Not really much I can do about that tonight. I pulled the float bowl off. It was been sitting inside covered up the entire time, but they'll draw moisture and stuff from the air, and there's always a little bit of gas. Even if you run it out, there's always just a little bit that sits in the bottom. So I'm going to clean this up a little bit, see if we can get it to run. Alright, float bowl's cleaned out as best as I could. I couldn't get the top jet to come out. Seems to be seized in there, but I just cleaned up the float bowl as good as I could, make sure we're getting good fuel into it. I know the carb's going to have to be taken apart and cleaned, but should start. I just loosened the linkage up, the cable up, so I could choke it manually.